We separate sometimes Indigenous art from regular art or whatnot, but really we're all in this together. Even though my work comes from my community, I think that it can speak to people outside of my community. My name is Leah Mata Fragua, and I am an artist fellow at SAR. My mom is Chumash from Central Coast, California. I learned the values of my tribal community through my mom and my grandmas and relatives, and the way that I gather, the way that I use materials. You'll see a lot of my work, I do use everything. So it's the values, the traditional values that my mom had that play a huge role in my artistic practice. My work is place-based. It comes from my homeland. They're materials that have been used for thousands of years, and I continue to use them, just I might use them a little bit differently now. The project I'm doing for SAR will be a full-size dance dress with the intent that it's going to be not danced in, but used as an opportunity or a platform to talk about the lack of access to materials and how climate change is affecting my community. Our dresses are completely made with natural materials from our environment. What better way to tell that story than through a dress? Sometimes there's this perception that Indigenous people can only make primitive work, and if we do make pop art or more contemporary pieces of work, that's not Indigenous or that doesn't fit in the box. However, with climate change, when your materials are impacted, you have to start thinking about how you're going to continue to do those things. And I think where I'm from, it needs to be a collective community dialogue. I think everyone and everything is a teacher. You just have to listen and hear it. Find those paths that help sustain our traditions, our practices, our foods, our resources, our languages. Because really, when it comes down to it, being able to sustain those regardless of what happens externally is the important part of the survival of Indigenous people. And I hope that my work speaks to other generations, and that, long after I'm gone, that it'll still be an important conversation.